Hey folks, I'm Browne. I work on the recruiting team here at LinkedIn. And today we're gonna dig into the topic of rejecting candidates, letting candidates know you're not gonna be moving forward with them in the process. So let's think about the world we're in today. One of the biggest headlines, the most buzz, the most conjecture around a lot of recruiting team areas is, what is AI gonna do to us in the future? It's gonna take away our job? Are there gonna be bots that are gonna be conversing with our candidates? Well, I can tell you this. How you reject a candidate, how you communicate that you're not moving forward with a candidate is something that I believe pretty darn firmly that AI will never take the place of. So let's talk about how you can differentiate yourself, some things that work and don't work, and maybe a challenge to close this thing out. So let me tell you about the absolute best candidate experience that I've had. So many moons ago, I was interviewing with a really cool company in San Francisco and went through the process. I spent in total, 10 or 12 hours with this company and was getting a call Friday at 4 o'clock from their CEO to let me know what the next steps were. I consider myself fairly confident, so I thought I had a pretty darn good chance that I was gonna be getting some good news on this phone call. That wasn't the case. So it was about a 3-minute conversation, but the CEO proceeded to just let me know in no uncertain terms that we're not gonna be moving forward with your candidacy, Brendan. And that stung a little bit, but I had nothing but respect for the fact that it was delivered clearly. And then he gave me some really salient, actionable feedback on things. So in 3 minutes, I went from clearly excited about the company to now being someone who is a net promoter. Just that conversation and the way it was handled live over the phone and communicated in such an articulate way with some actionable feedback, I now forever think that this gentleman and his company is absolutely positively fantastic. Now let's do the flip side. I've surely been rejected from jobs where I got a really crappy email, which is disappointing after you spend 5, 10, 20 hours getting to know a company. So most of us are buried in day-to-day work. We get 1 million applicants here at LinkedIn. So we're swimming through activity all day long, but I think we all should prioritize in our profession. Anytime we're declining a candidate, whether it's been after a phone call, phone screen, an on-site interview, make sure you schedule some time to have a 2, 3, 4, 5-minute conversation with your candidate. It's gonna make a massive difference. And why should you do it? Well, AI is on the horizon. There's concern, panic, whatever it may be about this topic that seems to be everywhere. In our profession, lots of questions on what are bots gonna do? Is there AI that's gonna be communicating with our candidates? Well, I can tell you no bot is gonna be able to replace empathy, compassion, clarity of communication when delivering these types of messages. So one, you can differentiate who you are going into the future, that you are excellent at building and managing these types of relationships. Secondly, more on relationships, there's a pretty darn good chance if someone's made it in this far in your process, you may want to call them back and hire them for a different job at some point. We do that all the time here. I'm sure you've done it as well. You need a very positive relationship if you're going to call someone 6 months later and say, hey, let's re-engage. And then lastly, there's a really good chance that whoever that candidate is may be some type of user or customer of whatever product or service that your company provides. So there's numerous reasons why you want to make your calls live to candidates. You want to communicate really clearly. Some companies are pretty strict in that they prefer to not have their recruiting team explaining in detail why you're not moving forward. If you work at a company where you're able to communicate that, get a couple, 3 very salient points. Use your judgment. You've got good instincts. If you're not clear on why you're not moving forward, go push on the interviewers, go push on the hiring manager, get some very clear, actionable feedback that feels like it's fair and important, and communicate it. One quick tip that I'd like to give is find a way to get the time to do this. There's a guy on our team every morning for about 45 minutes or so, he would just be cranking out calls, letting people know that we're not moving forward. I thought that was an absolute positive best practice. Have you ever put off calling a candidate or letting them know? I'm sure you have. I have done it. Take the time. It's the least you can do for someone who spent 10, 12 hours getting to know your company, and chances are in the future that's going to pay you back big time. I'm sure a lot of you have surveys that you send out to candidates to measure candidate experience. This would be one signal that you'd want to get in terms of particularly the candidates that you do not move forward with, that you do not make offers to, how they're feeling about your company. At LinkedIn, we send out candidate surveys to anyone who's interviewed. And our goal, our aspiration is that we want to have our net promoter score for the candidates that we reject be at or higher than the net promoter scores for those that we make offers to. Obviously, people that we make offers to are feeling pretty good. I want to have the candidates we reject feel just as good, if not better. A lot of people hear that and say, that's crazy. I say it's not crazy. You just haven't worked hard enough to step up our game to deliver on that promise. So think about it and prioritize live one-to-one communication with your candidates in every situation, most importantly, when you're rejecting candidates. This is a skill that is going to have to be honed and developed. If you don't have it, if you're hiding behind email, go find something else to do.